add that, I think it's always important to push for investments, and we still haven't seen enough of the investments that we need. But I think to also reinforce the point that I think the Secretary was making is that it really does also rest on accountability and having the right standards in place so that we can have good measurements as to how people are making progress. And it's something that I think there's still been a lot of debate over, but as Latinos and as communities of color, we really ought to embrace those high standards, but then hold the administrators and the teachers and the principals accountable to make sure that they're doing everything they can to implement them in a way where we're seeing the kind of progress for our students that we want. And one of the points that the Secretary made is having that consistency of leadership, as well as those effective teachers who are going to be in those classrooms 3 years in a row. We've seen data that shows that if you have an effective teacher, if a student has an effective teacher 3 years in a row, it automatically affects their ability to have that kind of attainment and success in schools that we want. And so it is about having the resources, but it's also about making sure that we have the right standards in place, the data to show whether we're measuring those standards, and making those administrators accountable. And as a community, we can do more. That's where that parental and community engagement becomes really key. We have a voice in how our students are making progress. And I think it surprises people when they see that they participated in one of our parental involvement programs. They become empowered with information, and that information is absolutely going to help advance their students. And we've seen that data over and over again. So don't forget that we can be our own champions for our students, and we have the power and the voice to do that kind of accountability. And we need to keep fighting for that, and we need to keep fighting for our students and our kids.